Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. We're going to be doing some more maths today, and today we're moving on to division, and your fractions work from the last video will help you with this. Okay, so to start off we'll do an easy one, and then I'll show you which methods we can do, and then we'll move on to a few harder things after. So let's start with 12 divided by 3. And the first method I'm going to show you, just like I did in the fractions video, is I'm going to take a careful look at what my numbers are, and then I'm going to draw circles and share the numbers that I need to do. So the number that I have is 12, and the number that I need to share it into is 3, which means I'm going to draw 3 circles on my whiteboard, and then I need to share 12 equally into those 3 groups. So I'm just going to count up to 12 one by one in each circle until I get to 12. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So if I look in each of my circles now, I've got 4 dots, and I can check that because my other 2 circles have 4 as well. So that means that 12 divided by 3 is 4. So if I look at my circles, I can see that every single one has 4, which means I've equally shared my 12 into 3 groups. You need to make sure you always share it equally. If you have more in one circle, it means you haven't shared it properly, and you need to make sure that there's the same in each one. Okay, let's move on to a little bit of a hard one. Now, sometimes you might see it's dividing by a number that you don't know your times tables to, but it doesn't matter because you need to work it out in the same method that you use with all of the other questions. So just like my first question, I'm going to look at my number, which is 21. So that's the number I'm going to be sharing, divided by 7. So that means I'm sharing 21 into 7 equal groups. So just like the first one, I'm going to make 7 circles now. It's not 3 because I'm dividing by 7. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So just like I did on the first question, I need to count 21 until it's equally shared into 7 groups. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So just like the last question again, if I look in each of my circles, they all have 3 of my number. So I've equally shared it into 7 groups because I can see that they all have 3 in them. So 21 divided by 7 is 3. Okay, now this time I'm not going to draw any dots or anything. I'm going to use some sweets to help me. So it's just like the other method, but this is just to help you see it in another way. So this time my question is 25 divided by 5, which means I need to share 25 into 5 groups. So I've already drawn my groups, and I'm going to count 25 sweets until I've shared them equally into 5 groups. So let's do that. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. So each of my groups has 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sweets in them, which means I've shared it equally. So I've got 5, 5, 5, 5, and 5. Remember to check that it's the same in each one so that you know you've shared it equally. So I know that 25 divided into 5 groups is 5, because there's 5 in each group. Okay, now, sometimes you might get a question that looks harder because it's written out as a word problem. Now, I've written this question, but I know it's just like the other questions that I've given you. So let's read it and then we can work it out together. So, Sarah has 15 sweets. She has 3 friends. How many sweets will each friend get if she shares them equally? So, we know that the number that we're sharing is 15, and the number of friends that we're sharing it between is 3. So first, I need to get my 3 friends. So I've got my lion, I've got my zebra, and I've got my tiger. So now, we need to share the 15 sweets between them. So just like the other questions, I'm going to share, counting up to 15 until they all have, hopefully, the same amount of sweets. So I'm going to start giving them 1 each. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So I've shared my 15 between 3 friends. Let's see how many they each have. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the tiger, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the zebra, and hopefully 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the lion. So now I know that 15 divided by 3 is 5. So just like my other questions, I worked it out in the exact same way, but this time it was a word problem, so it looked harder, but it was the exact same. So it was 15 divided by 3, and my answer was 5. Now, all word problems are going to be worded differently. So this one is worded differently to my other one. So I'm going to read it to you, and then we're going to highlight some of the key words together. So there are 20 sweets, which I'm going to underline because I think that's very important information. Miss Shilcock wants to share them between herself and 4 friends. Now, I'm not sharing it between 4 because my question says between herself and 4 friends. So if you can work that out in your head, that means I'm going to be sharing it into 5 because it's between herself and 4 friends. So I'm just going to write a little 5 there to help me. How many will each person have? So that's how I know my question is asking for 20 divided by 5, because it's asking for how many each person is going to have. So just like my other questions, I need to get 20 sweets and share it into 5 groups. So that means my question is 20 divided by 5. Okay, so I've turned my word problem into a number sentence now. So it says 20 divided by 5. Now, if you see a word problem, it's always a good idea to underline the key words, and then you can write it out as numbers to help you solve it so you don't get confused. So now I know that my question is 20 divided by 5, and I can work it out just like my other ones. So if you want, you can use sweets or something else to help you count. But just to show the last question, I'm going to show you with the dots on my board again. So I need to share 20 into 5 equal groups. So I've got my 5 circles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I need to count until I get to 20, one by one. So let's do that. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, while you're counting, you might be able to spot a pattern. So I'm counting in 5s because I'm sharing it into 5 groups. So I know that I've got 5 now, so I think my next one will be 10. Let's see. So I've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So if you look inside all of the circles now, you'll know that they all have the same amount of dots in them. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, and 4, which means 20 divided into 5 groups is 4. Here are a few questions for you to try. Now these aren't word problems, but as a challenge, you can see if you can turn them into your own word problems, and then you can solve the question yourself. And that's it. Okay everyone, I hope that helped you. If you understood it, well done. If you didn't, you can always watch it again for it to help you. And I'll be uploading another division video in a couple of days. Thank you.